Make a couple posts. Let people know that some professional wrestling's going on here. Let's see. Alright, cool. Done that. Alright, well, it is the pre-show dark match. Let's see here. I'm liking Spider-Man and Dakota Kai as the pre-show match. Let's see. You know what? We're gonna show off the new Blake's House ring. Let me get this cursor out of the way. Alright, Spider-Man, of course, known in the wrestling world. Not just for his match against Bonesaw, but actually made an appearance in Virtual Pro Wrestling 2, which is what this Spider-Man is based on. Dakota Kai, of course, the captain of Team Kick. You're going to see a lot of educated footwork from Dakota Kai, but certainly not someone's level of education to be disputed would be Spider-Man. Spider-Man shooting Dakota Kai into the ropes, but unable to do anything with it. Ooh, big body slam by Spider-Man. And another as he brings Dakota Kai closer to the center of the ring. And a PK square into the chest of Spider-Man. Spider-Man not taking kindly to that. Goes for the cover. One. Only gets one. Dakota Kai again with the PK. And Dakota Kai, the captain of Team Kick, showing off kicks from several different angles. Ooh, Gato clutch, one. And only one. Spider-Man, of course, man of great power and great responsibility. This man is all heart in the professional wrestling ring. And Dakota Kai just not cooperating with Spider-Man at all, just reversing every shot into the ropes that he's had thus far. Yeah, what's up, James? Yeah, credit to James for donating this ring mat and ring skirts. We've got a extra official professional wrestling ring now. Like Courage the Cowardly Dog, just kind of chilling in the center of the mat. And Dakota Kai dropping Spider-Man right on the logo. And Spider-Man turning things back around, but step up enziguri from Dakota Kai, cutting off Spider-Man's momentum, but Spider-Man to his feet first. And DDT square in the center of the ring. And a running elbow drop for good measure. Ooh, surprise roll-up. Let's see if he gets anything out of it. Only gets two. Ooh. And Spider-Man to his feet before Dakota Kai could really get anything out of it. And Spider-Man with another surprise roll-up. That's that agility of Spider-Man certainly working to his advantage. He can come at you from a lot of different ways. Sort of confuse you offensively. And it looks like that's what he's trying to do. Oh yeah, the ring skirts look great too. Like, If Spider-Man and Dakota Kai would fight a little bit closer to the center of the apron, then, you know, maybe we'd get to see my, what is it? My Twitch URL, but I mean, if you are watching this wrestling match live on Twitch, you don't need to know where to go. You're already here as Dakota Kai locks on a bow and arrow hold. Of course, if you are watching this on YouTube, you can find me every Sunday, twitch.tv/MondayCindy, where you are going to see some of the best professional wrestling, well, virtual professional wrestling, on twitch.tv. See, I can't say the best professional wrestling, as there are a lot of wrestling companies streaming on Twitch now. Ooh, big cutter from Dakota Kai. But Spider-Man gets right back up, shoots Dakota Kai to the outside. He looks like he's setting up for something. Just suicide dive into Dakota Kai. Ooh, shining axe kick from Dakota Kai. Just immediately responding back with great force. Yeah, if there was one bit of critique that I could give is that the sponsors are too close to the corner. So they're literally right under the corner turnbuckles. And Spider-Man going up top. But thinks better of whatever he was doing up there. As Dakota Kai, another shining axe kick. Ooh, picture perfect drop kick from Spider-Man. Shades of Hardcore Holly. Well, I am very glad you did not kick me out of my own stream. That would make me very upset. Ooh, misses the double stomp on Spider-Man. And the two of them are just battling it out over the Shin Megami Tensei logo. Super kick! Spider-Man is down, but immediately back to his feet. Big tornado DDT from the spectacular Spider-Man. So he locks on a sharpshooter. But Dakota Kai refusing to give up. Destino! Near enough to the center of the ring, Dakota Kai can't reach for the rope. She's got to kick out of this, and she is unable to do so. And that was a great showing by Spider-Man on the pre-show. We're going to have to get some of these pre-show and post-show guys into some real matches. I know last week we saw a lot from the Def Jam Fight for New York roster. I'm sure we will be seeing more of them as this show goes on, but we are officially underway here. Shit, I think I forgot to change the week number, but yeah, if you're just filing into the arena, just get a good look at that wrestling mat. We got ourselves a sponsor, several sponsors in fact, donated ring mats from Lado Copy. Additionally, and we've certainly got several matchups to go over tonight. Of course, Maglo is doing his signature Maglo Open Challenge, as he has been doing for the past several weeks. And we have the resolution. Both fighters at one match apiece. Shane McMahon, Hsien-Jo, 2 out of 3 falls. But those matches are both happening much later on tonight. Right now, we've got some SWA rules action going on. See. Give me just a moment to cue the matchup for you guys. Oh, shit, There we go. Yeah. So, this match does not have the new mat and aprons, but, the next match after this one, because I fucked up and didn't set it up. The next match after this one will have our new sponsored-ass mats and aprons. But right now we are in the... Well, hey, we are in this matchup at SWA rules. We are fighting this out in the SWA ring. It's going to be John Cena versus Muhammad Ali. Something of a request from Orlando Nunez, who you'll be seeing later on tonight in the Shoot League. Partially in celebration for the WWE HeroClix spoilers, where you can have John Cena versus Muhammad Ali in a wrestling ring, in a tabletop setting, so we are taking that same matchup here into Fire Pro. Muhammad Ali, not a stranger to this pro wrestling mixed martial arts hybrid style, as Muhammad Ali fought against one of the greatest professional wrestlers of any era, Antonio Inoki, in a mixed martial arts contest very similar to this one. That fight went to a draw. Let's see if this fight has a more decisive outcome. John Cena finally getting something going here, as Ali has just been peppering Cena with punches over the course of this bout. And Cena just having a lot of difficulty getting anything going. Ali showing why he may have been the greatest of all time. There's that spinning backdrop patented Cena maneuver. And it looks like Cena is finally woken up here. Oh, may have been going for the 5-knuckle shuffle, but was unable to do so, as Ali continues punishing Cena with punches, but Cena responds back with several punches of his own. And Ali finally on the mat long enough for Cena to get some combination offense. And those jabs from Muhammad Ali. Muhammad Ali, of course, having a notoriously deadly jab. Just controlling space so much more effectively. Cena looks like he's trying to set Ali up for something. Goes for the cover. Mario gives it a count, too. Cena finally able to put his hands up to protect himself. Something that he's needed to do for several minutes now, but just the speed of Ali's hands are too much for Cena at this point. Guess to paraphrase, float like a butterfly, sting like a bee. You can't block what you can't see, and the speed of Ali's hands just proving to be too much for Cena. Cena, of course, the one that is best known for his invisibility in a professional wrestling setting, but seems Ali is the one that's been giving Cena all the trouble over this matchup. Ooh, punch to the back of the head where Cena was unable to protect himself. And we have not gotten to a point in this matchup where Mario has started to deliver a count. Both of these men clearly have a lot more fight in them. And just as I say that, that punching combination puts Ali to the ground. But great fighting spirit by Muhammad Ali. Big bulldog by Cena goes for the cover. 1, 2, 2.9. And C Nation in the building, absolutely on their feet. Big elbow drop from John Cena. And these repeated punches certainly racking up the damage on Cena. We get out of round 1. And I know I brought this up last week in the Shoot League tournament. These 10-minute rounds are just an absolute eternity. And that could be what's working against Ali here. You know, Cena certainly no stranger for working 30 minutes, 40 minutes, an hour straight. Whereas Muhammad Ali is much more comfortable in these shorter rounds in a professional boxing setting. Big attitude adjustment from John Cena. Cena going up top. A diving elbow drop. And Mario starts the count.
4, 5, 6, 7, 8.
And gets an 8 count. Ali has yet to get a count from Mario. Ooh, big spinning backdrop. So it would seem that Cena has a little bit more in the tank, and John Cena coming out on top. The champ is here. All right, so we've got a lot more action headed up for us tonight. Of course, we are still showcasing some Judgment Pro Wrestling talent, and they have sent over several new competitors for us to have in the ring tonight. So let's go ahead and start up another match. Let's see. It's going to be the Pearlman brothers in tag team action, and they're going to be going up against a viewer-requested tag team. So right now it looks like just GK and a copy in the chat. What do you guys think about who the Pearlman brothers' opponents should be tonight? Of course, we do have, let's see. All right, looks like it is going to be the Bucks. Let's see, I think that's my other New Japan. Alright, so it is going to be the Young Bucks, Nick Jackson, Matt Jackson, against the Pearlman brothers, two teams of two brothers in a professional wrestling contest. And you could not draw this up any better than that. The Young Bucks, of course, well known around the world for their spectacular tag team offense. Will the Pearlman brothers be taken to the super kick party tonight? Let's find out here. Ooh, maybe a little bit of miscommunication there. Or a bit of a miscue. Let's see. Very early in the match, still in the feeling out process. Let's see. Shit, sorry about that. A little bit away. Yeah, sorry about the dead air there. So we are still kind of 50-50 right now between the Jacksons and the Pearlman brothers. And both sides will once again go to their corners. Appreciate that. So that is Ryan in the ring with Matt Jackson. Oh, Josh in the ring with Matt Jackson. Thank you. Yeah, that was. Yep, yeah, that was part of the trouble, is remembering who was who in the actually in this contest. Only gets one. Alright, so now it is Ryan in the ring, and confusion has subsided a little bit. Appreciate the assist from GK of Judgment Pro Wrestling. Who I am sure we will be seeing more of over the course of this show. Now, Judgment Pro Wrestling suffered some pretty significant losses over the last week. But it is definitely not the last we have seen from the big boss of Judgment Pro Wrestling, nor his own talent, as they are being featured in this matchup here tonight. It's alright, I can barely get the Bucks name straight, if we're being totally honest. Because I don't watch nearly as much Japanese wrestling as I should. Despite that, like, I watch BTE every week, but, like, they're just the Bucks as a unit. Ooh, big spear. Let's see. And I believe that is Ryan getting tagged back in. Shit, what's good, Jamel? Big jawbreaker. Now, it's interesting, we have certainly seen some signature offense with the Fero Spear delivered to, or yeah, rather delivered to Matt Jackson. Ooh, big twist of fate. we have not seen the Bucks take either of the Pearlman brothers to the super kick party or deliver that patented tombstone pile driver that the Bucks are known for. Yeah, Hsien-Jo, that these ring mats were donated by Lado Copy. And just as I said, the Bucks not taking the Pearlmans to the super kick party, it looks like that party has just started. Big 450 splash. It is looking like the Bucks are in trouble at this point in the match. All right, Nick being tagged back in. Ooh, misses the drop kick. And Swanton Bomb hitting the Bucks with one of their own signature holds. And Ryan Pearlman knocking out with the Catonic Bomb. The Catatonic Bomb. Getting updates from the back from Judgment Pro Wrestling's big boss himself. Making sure we get the names of his performers' signature holds correct. Let's see here. So we have a couple surprises for you today. So in addition to the Shoot League, which is of course still ongoing, we haven't seen Sterling and Warzala in a little bit, the current tag team champions. So to account for that, we have a tournament, small 4-man team tournament, to determine the #1 contender to those tag team titles. So let's go ahead and jump into that right now. So, Jamel, you are not in this tag team tournament because you are in a featured match tonight. Of course, that is Shane McMahon, Hsien-Jo, the runback of the runback, 2 out of 3 falls match. And that will be our semi-main event tonight. So you've got a little bit of ways to go before you'll be able to see yourself in some in-ring action. But right now, we have the first match of this tag team tournament. So let's go ahead and jump into that right now. And apologies in advance for not having the sponsored ass ring mats. I set this tournament up before Lado Copy gave me the files. So we are doing this in the regular old SWA ring.
All right, baby.
And Nick, I don't know if you're watching now or if you're going to be tuning into the rebroadcast, but you've got Nick Vidala and Tyler Donaldson teaming together in some tag team action. And their opponents tonight. It's going to be Princler and Blake. Blake, of course, you can see at twitch.tv/ALXice. And I believe he is still currently streaming right now. Yeah, of course. So Shane and Jamel have a bit of a feud going on, as Jamel took a rather tough loss to somebody's dad, Shane McMahon. So, this will be the rubber match tonight. But before we get to that match, we of course have the first match in this tag team tournament action. Nick stacking up Blake here. But yeah, Blake can be found at twitch.tv/ALXIce. I definitely recommend checking his stream out when you are not watching this wrestling program. And arrogant Swagger himself hitting with that step up enziguri. Oh, Nick just refusing to be put into any significant offensive holds. But Nick getting repeated kicks to the back and unable to get to his corner. Finally able to break free and get Tyler into this contest. Yeah, Reggie, I have heard that Shane McMahon is the best in the world. Hsien-Jo will certainly have some difficulties in that matchup later tonight. And Tyler keeping his distance. Good bit of strategy in this. I believe this is elimination style, so really saving your wind is going to work to your advantage. Okay, that is something I will definitely have to check out. I'm not going to be able to do it tonight, and if run-ins are bugged, that's going to be really unfortunate because about half the matches on tonight's show are tag team matches, but you know what, we'll make it work. And Blake really trying to compete with both members of the Vidala and Tyler team in this at this point in the match. Ooh, big X Factor from Tyler. Goes for the cover. One. Only gets one. So Blake now going back to his own corner. Double dropkick out of the corner sends Tyler down to the mat. Probably going for it again, but Tyler this time able to break free. And this time it's Princler breaking up the tandem offense from the Tyler and Vidala team. And on Princler's show, the match is the Princler show. Until, of course, Vidala was able to get to his own corner and kind of break up that offensive momentum that the Princler and Blake team had. Oh, Blake making the save there as Tyler was attempting to body slam Princler out onto the floor. And Blake once again unable to get that Frankensteiner off, gets powerbombed and stacked up. Man, good teamwork from the Princler and Blake team, just making sure to keep one another fresh in this contest. But right now, it's looking like Tyler's in total control as he's able to get back to his own corner and bring Nick back into this match. We had a snap suplex to Vidala as he's just dropped near the ropes. But Vidala just unable to... Oh, both men getting out of this match. Blake and Princler both setting up for some offensive maneuvers, and Blake with the flashing elbow. Possibly going for another flashing elbow. He does, and it hits with a mark on both of them. step up enziguri. Blake is a house of fire right now. And he just kicks Tyler's leg out from under his leg. That's really going to hamper his ability to deliver that patented super kick. And Blake finally hitting the Rana that he's been setting up all match. Princler locking on the Anaconda Vice. Nick comes in to make the save, and he does. And that was exactly what his team needed to shut down the momentum that Princler and Blake had built up. And just as I say that, Princler reverses from the mount position and locks another hold onto Tyler. But only gets one. Ooh, nice big back elbow, making use of the limited space available off that Irish whip. And Princler tags Blake back into the ring, but not before he locks on a hold of his own, so Blake can just kind of relax here as Tyler gets more sustained damage to those legs that he is going to need to deliver his finishing hold. And Blake now just working every part of Nick's body here, just trying to disable him. That seems to be the strategy between the Princler and Blake team. Big DDT to Vidala. Looks like Blake's not quite finished yet. So he stomps him for good measure. But Nick just battling his way out, the sheer resiliency to come from a disadvantage and block on that arm hold. Nick with those patented European uppercuts, being responded back with forearm smashes. And both men are down on the ground. Princler to his feet first. Beaten to the punch quite literally by a jab, and Princler unable to hit that signature Northern Lights suplex. And that allows Nick to get back to his corner. Princler does the same. Blake going up top. Tyler finally getting that body slam, dropping Princler to the floor as he gets back to his own corner. Now Blake is all alone in the ring right now. Blake able to power out of that hold before Princler could make the save. But Nick seems to be in total control at this point in the match. Princler is pushed back to his own corner. And then Blake hitting that lung blower. Stomping fall, but it's right in the Tyler and Nick corner. Bit of a miscue from Nick and Tyler as Tyler just dives into nothing. And Blake electing to go back to his own corner and kick Nick's leg out from under his leg. Crossface, crossface, crossface. Fan surprised to see the crossface. But Tyler able to break it up and hits a picture-perfect enziguri to the side of the head. Nice big back elbow. Nick electing to go back to his own corner and bring Tyler back into the match. Princler attempts to lock on the crossface again. Super kick! Goes for the cover. 1, 2. Blake making the save right when he needed to do it. And a lot of miscommunication from both teams here. Tyler going for the cover, and it's a long way to go for Blake. As he is unable to make the cutoff, but Princler is able to kick out here. Tyler going up top. And lands that elbow drop square into the back of Princler. And Princler just electing to go back to his own corner after that. Getting a 2.9 off that sunset flip powerbomb. That was hitting again with the Sister Abigail. Blake going up top again. Diving double knee drop. One. Only gets one as it was too close to Tyler and Nick's corner. All four men are down. It is a double down in the center of the ring. And Blake unable to cut Tyler off before he gets to his own corner. And Snapdragon suplex from Fadala. Princler making the save. As Blake hits that flashing elbow, drops it right into the back of Nick's head. He's going for those signature European uppercuts that he's known for. Shades of Cesaro. Rain trigger. And another big lariat. Goes for a rolling chop, unable to find its mark as Princler and Blake hit the double drop kick. There's that signature Tiger Driver that Nick's known for, and he gets 2.9 off of it. This is anybody's match at this point. Princler with the unprettier, some just signature Canadian offense from Princler here. Tyler hitting the diamond cutter as Nick with that big moonsault to a standing opponent. Certainly haven't seen a lot of those lately from Nick, but hits it right when he needs to. Princler in that neck hold for a very long time. Just struggling to power out of it, but you know, all four competitors have been in and out of this match on and off for the last half hour. Nick hitting that big spear as Tyler holds him in place. That was the teamwork that this team needed. And once again, Blake going for the cover too close to Tyler and Nick's corner. Nick just powering Blake back into his own corner. But Blake delivering that enziguri, shutting Nick down completely here. But Nick again with a barrage of European uppercuts. And Blake is dazed. Big jackhammer, and it's in his own corner. Princler is not going to be able to get there in time. And Blake has been eliminated from this contest. Princler is going to have to carry this offensive load. Stroke of midnight. But Princler unable to capitalize. Nick tapping out to the armbar. This is going to be the deciding point in the match. Is Princler and Tyler. Tyler goes for the cover off that elbow drop. That's got to be it. 3 count fall. Tyler and Nick will advance in this tag team tournament. Once again, this is to determine the #1 contender for Sterling and Warzala's tag team championship. So was very caught up in calling that match. I see Blake and Orlando both jumping in here, as well as Jamel. So I've got to assume that last mission either didn't go well or you ended up bailing out before starting it, because... But, how you doing, Blake? So we are going to save this right here. Because... Alright, I'll have to catch the VOD later. Because I am very interested in the happenings of your Battletech stream. Gonna be very cross with you if Jess from Online is dead. Oh, okay, they fucked it up. That's good. So, of course, we do still have the Shooter League. So, we've got some A-block action. If you caught into my sound check stream, sort of a surprise stream, some off-air action. Yusuko Mawatari and Zack Sabre Jr. both fought to a draw. But we've got a lot of potential matchups in the Shooter League A block. So, is there anybody you guys want to see fight anybody else here? Of course, the fan favorite would be Orlando Nunez. We could just follow Orlando's career as he fights his way through this bracket. So, Van Dam is in the D block. That match will be later on tonight. I am going to overrule any matchups of Van Dam versus Shamrock. We are saving that for the last week. We do have an A block suggestion, Bart Gunn versus Minoru Suzuki. I'm going to put that on first, and we can always put Bart Gunn on against Orlando afterward. There's no rule that says that has to only be one match. These matches are typically pretty short. So we are going to have Bart Gunn versus Minoru Suzuki. Let me make sure. There we go. Bart Gunn versus Suzuki. So that match is next. And considering Bart Gunn versus Orlando got suggested next, if you are a fan of Bart Gunn, the winner of the original Brawl for All tournament, you are in for a treat as you will be seeing him fight twice tonight. And Bart Gunn reversing that double leg, but reversed again by Suzuki, and then countered again by Bart Gunn. This is going to be a more technical MMA contest than maybe anyone was led to believe, but really that's the story of Bart Gunn's MMA career. Nobody knew just how good he was in a competitive mixed martial arts setting until WWF's Brawl for All tournament. And this is very much in the spirit of that. But Suzuki finally getting something off that mount, hitting that armbar. And a vicious strike combination, and this time locking on a chokehold. Bart Gunn is a power hitter. Those punches are absolutely dynamite. And as he continues to attempt to deliver those punches to Suzuki here, that's got to be the game plan for Bart Gunn to win here. And once again, showing off his mixed martial arts prowess of escaping that mount situation. And Bart Gunn saved by the bell as he was about to get slammed right onto the mat as we go into the second round. Suzuki sidestepping that dropkick and locking on a chokehold, trying to wear his opponent down. Bart Gunn again just not allowing Suzuki to get anything from that mount tackle, which I can't say I blame him. Suzuki is an absolutely deadly submission specialist, and if you deny him the opportunity to lock on those holds, you increase your chance of winning drastically. Or as a mathematician from the University of Michigan might say, your chance of winning drastic go up. But this time, Suzuki finally able to lock on that scarf hold as he tries to take the wind out of Bart Gunn. Boom! Bart Gunn once again throwing those sledgehammer hands around the dodecagon. He's able to... Wait. Suzuki saved by the bell. He was out. If he can submit Bart Gunn here, that would be an absolute coup. But Suzuki had just enough to get up after the bell, but not any more left in the tank after that as Bart Gunn takes a win over Minoru Suzuki. So, Autocopy, unfortunately, without mods, you cannot change the ring mats of the Octagon. And it's really unfortunate, because my save is basically unmodded. Kirby is in this game. Like, there could be... I mean, he's not in my save, but I could get one. So, we were requested Orlando Nunez versus Bart Gunn, and I think that's going to be the most interesting matchup in this bracket, because the two of them are the only competitors that have got a decisive win. Everything else has been draws at best. So this could be the matchup that decides the fate of A Block. We were requested Orlando Nunez versus Bart Gunn. We are going into that right now. Bart Gunn showing off his power. As well as those just sledgehammer hands that did the sustained damage they needed to take Suzuki out in the previous matchup in this bracket. A test of strength. Let's see who comes out on top. It's dead even. Nunez working the leg of Bart Gunn, just trying to limit his mobility, which, while Bart Gunn certainly doesn't have a lot of offense coming directly from his legs, ooh, beautiful dropkick finding its mark after that combination of strikes. Of course, any boxer will tell you the power of your punches do not come from your upper body. It comes from the way you plant your feet. All the way from the soles of your foot to the tips of your fingers. You need your whole body to throw one of these punches. So really, working the legs of Bart Gunn could be to Orlando Nunez's advantage. But Orlando does seem to be struggling against the original Brawl for All champion. Which really shouldn't be a surprise. This Bart Gunn excelling in MMA certainly was a surprise in 1998. It is 2019. If you didn't know he could go in a mixed martial arts setting, you have severely underestimated your opponent. But Orlando missing with that RK Orlando, which is very unfortunate as he's certainly behind in points at this point. Both Bart Gunn and Orlando going for drop kicks. Neither man finding their mark. But man, you gotta love that double drop kick spot. And both men just... This fight is taking everything out of them. Huge slam from Bart Gunn. Alright, this is do or die for both competitors. This tournament is only 3 rounds. So if neither man can get a decisive victory here in this round, this will go to a draw. Now, that might be what Orlando needs to fight for here, as Bart Gunn has just been dominating this contest. If he can hang on for another 2 minutes, that might be what he needs to just stay alive in this bracket. As Bart Gunn's dropkick finds its mark once again, but Orlando continuing to work the legs of Bart Gunn. And dropkick to the back of the head. Orlando unable to defend himself, but he does get to his feet first. And Orlando locking on the crossface. Doesn't get anything out of it. Big backdrop from Bart Gunn, but Orlando's not finished. If he goes for the RK Orlando here, it could be over. Unable to find his mark. 5 seconds to go. And this fight goes to a draw, ladies and gentlemen. And Bart Gunn hanging on there. So this is certainly a very interesting situation, statistically speaking. As Orlando does have opportunities to get potentially 10 more points here, Bart Gunn can only gain a maximum of 5. No, there are no judges, without mods at least. I think you can mod in judges, but I haven't really looked into the modding suite for this game. So, despite being down 2 points, Orlando definitely has the advantage having 2 matches to go. Yuzuko could potentially earn 15 points. She's probably the next best off after Bart Gunn. Suzuki has, for all intents and purposes, been eliminated from this bracket. Not mathematically speaking, but if one of these 2 fights goes to a draw, he will be mathematically out of this tournament. And Zack Sabre Jr., probably the next best after Suzuki, but he certainly has a long road ahead of him as well, as he has to fight Orlando, Nunez, and Suzuki. But we are going to put this on hold and jump back to some tag team action. But A block is certainly in an interesting place. We're going to be jumping back to B block after this tag team match, which is still completely wide open. C and D also both pretty wide open. I mean, Blake, like, the Shoot League is still in a good place. Orlando is probably in the best position to get out of his group. And the rest of the Blake's House guys, not counting D Block, where Van Dam and Ken Shamrock are just absolute nightmare people. Like, outside of D Block, the Blake's House guys have both won their matches. So, Shoot League still in a pretty good spot. But, right now, we are going back into some tag team action. So after this match, we'll be tabbing back to the Shoot tournament, and I can show you who's in each block. So for the second first round match of the tag team tournament to determine number 1 contenders, we have some fan favorites. Matt Knapp and David Clement, both known for their unorthodox offense. We will be seeing your ring at least 3 more times tonight. Because we do still have the main and semi-main being Jamel and Shane McMahon Part 3 and the Maglo Open Challenge, so we'll definitely be seeing the Blake's House ring in both of those matchups. As well as Team K-Dash fighting for the currently vacant Trios title. So that will also be happening in the Blake's House ring. Yeah, Jamel versus Shane McMahon 3, Tokyo Drift. I would watch that movie. And yes, Hsien-Jo, by unorthodox, I do mean the dick-based offense of Matthew Knapp, as well as just the dirty offensive maneuvers seen by David Clement as well. I can say without a doubt in my mind, Shane would not follow speed limits, because in the world of professional wrestling, few people hate their own body more than Shane McMahon. Like, there is not anything he would not jump off of or fall into. Shit, I actually don't think I have Too Cool. Which is a grave error on my part, because that would be a great team to fight against Team K-Dash. I know I have a Rikishi, but I don't think I have a Scotty 2 Hottie or Grandmaster Sexy. But, this is Linda now delivering some dick-based offense of her own to the innovator of dick offense, Matthew Knapp. That is Christine on Linda's team, Blake. And Christine and Linda delivering some tandem offense to David as she rakes the eyes of Matt Knapp. Oh, surprise roll-up immediately broken up by Christine. Possibly, yes. I mean, shoot me a request, Blake, if you want. Like, there's no guarantees I will get to it, but no harm in asking. What you looking for, my man? I could just make that an alternate costume for a regular Christine. Ooh, big double chop from David. As a bit distracted at my commentator's desk. Man, you're seeing plenty of double power bombs in this matchup. Certainly a lot more and a lot better teamwork than from the last match, really. Ooh. Big gut-wrench suplex from Matthew Knapp. But Linda hitting with Eat Defeat. Body press 1. Only gets 1 off of her signature hold, Eat Defeat. Matt going for a mount tackle and gets an armbar out of it. Matt, of course, a high school wrestler. Like, when he is not doing comedy wrestling maneuvers, he is certainly somebody to be respected as a competitor in the wrestling ring. And Christine dropping David dead center in the ring. may have been going for that patented Warzala elbow drop hold. I need to, at some point, make Drew. Because I know Drew does tune into my streams and is a Blake's House guy. And there's some of that unorthodox offense from David. Christine is busted wide open. And another Mongolian chop from David. And a DDT dropping Linda right in Christine's own blood. But Linda hitting with that flying armbar. And that's going to send David retreating back to his own corner. Linda with that kangaroo kick, clearing out of the corner, but delivering a kick into Matt's dick for good measure. Big pile driver on the possibly injured head of Christine. But Christine just powering out of that mount. And locking on the Iron Claw right into Matt's face. Linda not electing to make the cutoff. And that's going to allow Matt to lock on this armbar. And sort of reverse fortune for his own team. Another big double power bomb. And David once again going to that foreign object. Big shoulder block from Christine, but Christine unable to get anything else out of it as David reverses and locks on a nice chin lock. Linda a little bit too slow to make the cutoff here, and Dave with that Insagari throwback, and then surprise roll-up one. Only gets one as Linda is now able to make the save. Trouble in Paradise. And Christine pushing David back into her own corner, but David locking on the STF. And Linda able to make the save. Just possibly going for a... Ooh, David with that big boy senton right onto the back of Christine. Brings Matt back into this contest. Goes for the double leg. He misses. And it's just absolute chaos in the ring here. And only getting a 1 count out of that hold. Blake suggesting that Linda and Christine are too fair for the dishonorable scumbags that are David and Matt, but I'd say they're holding their own quite well. Linda again hitting Eat the Feet. Christine unable to make the cutoff, but does get that rebound lariat. And Christine is a house of fire right now, just punishing both members of of Matt and David's team, while Linda hits that flying big boy. Christine with the elbow drop hold, a patented Warzala maneuver. Shades of the current tag team champion. And David's here having a good time. Insagari throwback right to the back of the head. And a Mongolian chop to Christine as well. And David again going to that foreign object, just scarring the face of Christine. Christine may need a mask after this contest. Just from the damage that David has been doing up to this point. David going back to his own corner does not want to deal with Linda. I can't say that I blame him, as Linda is a punishing striker in her own right. Super kick! And David bringing out the international objects on Linda as well. Pop-up powerbomb from David. He's not finished yet. Big left cross. Surprise roll-up. Christine's got a long way to go, but is able to make the save. Big cross chop from David, and running big boy. As he locks on another rest hold. Christine able to break it up. Oh. David body slam, going for something big. Running handspring elbow. And Linda having none of that, going back to her own corner. But does lock on a knee bar onto David. While neither of them are the legal competitor, it won't count, but it will do some damage for sure. Matt putting his wrestling experience to good use, but his wrestling experience is no good against the power of Christine. Big X Factor goes for the cover, but it's immediately in front of David. David with the double leg takedown, but Christine, again, not allowing any of this MMA offense to go through. Big arm drag from Matt. He needed that to just sort of cut off the momentum that Christine and Linda had. Big STO and suplex from Nick and Matt. Another enziguri right to the side of the head this time. And Christine with the knee to the gut elects to bring Linda back in. This frequent tag certainly going to work in this team's favor. But here's the big package pile driver from David. If he could get to his feet and deliver a cover. No, he's not done yet. This time with a surprise roll-up. 1, 2. Christine able to make the save. Super kick! And beautiful dropkick finding its mark square in the center of David's face here. And another STO and suplex. Going for a surprise roll-up type maneuver. And it is immediately broken up by Christine. And Linda submitting to Matthew Knapp's dick hold. So Christine is going to have to do it all by herself. Sends Matt up top. Going for the signature Warzala maneuver, but unable to do so. Misses a cross chop. And Matt is bringing this fight back to his own corner. A big gut-wrench suplex from Matthew Knapp. And a big frog splash in honor of Matt's Uncle Eddie. And there's the teamwork from Matt and David, allowing Matt to get that roll-up. Matt and David have certainly come to win this tag team tournament. That match getting 5 stars from Big Dave himself, as Matt submits Linda and pins Christine in quick fashion. So we are going to save this and jump back to the Shoot League. GK, you still around? Because, like, we're jumping into B block and then, things will happen. Alright, cool. Alright, so, I believe it was Blake asking who is in the Shoot League here. So, you've seen a lot of A block. B, C, and D, much, the picture much less clear in all 3 of them. So, of course, we have Alfonso, Chris Boulder Puncher Redfield, Minoru Suzuki 2017, which is not to be confused with 90s Suzuki in A block, Willem Ruska, and Tatanka. Willem Ruska, a brutal mixed martial artist who did a lot of damage on New Legacy's Brawl for All stream. And Tatanka, WWF wrestler of the early 90s, also made a bit of a name for himself in New Legacy's Brawl for All. Chris Redfield, of course, needs no introduction, neither does Alfonso. If we go over to C block, we have Eric Alpazar, who basically is 1 match away from winning out of C block, for all intents and purposes. I mean, certainly we haven't seen anything from Sanae or Ibushi yet. We might see them later tonight, just to kind of get a better picture of what C block looks like. Of course, we have Dan Severn and Bradshaw. Bradshaw, of course, was also in WWF's 1998 Brawl for All. And in D block, we have Ramon, who had a very rough draw getting in the same block as Jean-Claude Van Damme and Ken Shamrock. Of course, we have Taka Michinoku, who is probably best known in Blake's house for tapping out to Ken Shamrock's ankle lock in 20 seconds. And Natsuo Ishido, of course, the mixed martial artist who fought Yuzuko Mawatari in the G-Girl tournament and would later get her redemption match in Blake's house, in the Blake's House TV. So right now we are in B block. We've got a lot of matchups to choose from. What are you guys thinking about the first matchup in B block today? So we're doing at least 1 match from all 4 blocks. So definitely don't worry if there's somebody you want to see in another block. You will get the opportunity to see them. This matchup right now is strictly B block. So we of course saw Alfonso and Chris Redfield. Let's see. Gatekeeper asking for Chris Redfield versus Tatanka. This could be the redemption match that Chris Redfield needs. So let's go into that right now. So I know I spoke a lot in A block about the punching power of Bart Gunn. Like, that pales in comparison to the man that trains by punching rocks into smaller rocks. So you've got to watch out for the just absolute sledgehammer hands of Chris Redfield. I am less familiar with Tatanka's body of work as a professional wrestler, but he certainly held his own in New Legacy's Brawl for All, so I am not about to take him lightly in a mixed martial arts setting. While I am shouting out other streamers, New Legacy also does some excellent professional wrestling content on twitch.tv, and definitely recommend checking them out when you are not watching Blake's House Professional Wrestling. Ooh, big sky-high chop from Tatanka right on the crown of the head of Chris Redfield. And both men having a great deal of difficulty really finding out where they want to be in this matchup. Neither man really able to get the upper hand. Redfield going for the cover, maybe a little bit confused about the match type that he is in. But what he is certainly not confused about is where he needs to put Tatanka, and that is square on the floor of the mat of this dodecagon. But Tatanka certainly battling back with some suplexes of his own. And Tatanka just stomping on the back of Redfield. Just trying to get as much damage in as he can. Ooh, big backdrop from Chris Redfield. And huge uppercut from Chris. Those are those just dynamite punches that I mentioned earlier. The punches that can crush stone. But Tatanka battling back. Tatanka is definitely fired up. And just as I say that, Redfield with that big right hand, dropping Tatanka to the mat. Tatanka is possibly in the position that Orlando was earlier on in A block, where he just needs to survive for another minute, as Redfield has been putting on a clinic. And there is another series of punches, and Chris Boulder Puncher Redfield with some boulder punching combinations of blows. Absolutely crushing Tatanka. So we are in a... let's go back to B block. We are certainly in an interesting place. Alfonso certainly having the mathematical advantage of having 3 matches to go with 5 points, whereas Redfield only has 2. We have not seen anything from Suzuki yet. Maybe we jump into a match with him. Possibly not right now. We've got a lot more stream to go. Let's see. C block is completely wide open, as is D block. But the picture is maybe a little bit more clear in B block, especially after Suzuki finishes his first match. Actually, you know what? I'm going to call an audible here. I'm going to jump into that right now. I'm going to have Suzuki fight Ruska, just so we can get a little bit clearer picture of what the B block's going to look like. Because once some people start getting mathematically eliminated, we can just kind of skip past those matches, and I can do those off stream. Just so that way we can actually get through this tournament a little bit faster. Because if it was just going to be 1 match a week, for this many matchups, it's going to take a while. So you saw Suzuki much earlier in A block. This is a much older Suzuki, but certainly no less dangerous. He has been called the glass cannon of New Japan Pro Wrestling, as he is an absolute punishing striker and submission specialist, but can have some trouble going the distance against the top of the New Japan card. So we will see how well he fares against Willem Ruska, who's a mixed martial artist from, I believe, the 80s. Not terribly familiar with his body of work outside of Fire Pro Wrestling World and the New Legacy streaming events, but he was a terror there. As he locks on another armbar, or actually I believe that's a Kimura. Now it's Suzuki just stretching Ruska with that neck hold. And there's some more of those strikes I mentioned earlier, and Suzuki locking on a knee bar, just trying to pick his opponent apart. Ooh, big rolling knee bar from Suzuki. And Suzuki continuing to work the knees of Willem Ruska. And if Suzuki pulls off a win here, this will blow the B block wide open, as Alfonso and Suzuki would both have a win if Suzuki can pull this match off. But that is proving increasingly difficult to do, as Ruska is extremely resilient, not allowing himself to be submitted by Suzuki. And just having great control in these mixed martial arts scrambles that are going on. Oh, Suzuki trapping Ruska's arm, has an armbar locked in, but Ruska refusing to tap out and is able to power out of the hold. And this time it's Ruska locking in the armbar, and that's it. Suzuki taps out. Suzuki with that big cross arm breaker. We are going to save here. Actually, quick review of B block right now. So it is a very wide open B block. Redfield, Ruska, and Alfonso have all won a match in B block. Suzuki just can't buy a break, as he has lost in A and B block, has yet to get a win here. But B block is certainly more contested than I could have imagined it was going to be before this was set up. So let us back up here. So we have, let's see, of course, the Maglo Open Challenge. Let me see something here. Sorry, I've got a couple things to click through. So we have the Maglo Open Challenge going on later tonight. So the winner of the Maglo Open Challenge, or the opponent of the Maglo Open Challenge, traditionally determines by the winner of a Battle Royal. And that is what is going to be coming up next. Let's see. Let's see. So, let me see here. So give us a moment. I believe we are getting to that match right now. Let's see.
Hello, Blake's House wrestling fans. I am John Boggy III, Esquire, the head of Judgment Pro Wrestling, and I'm here to give you a spectacle like you've never seen before. After last week's upset, I got to thinking, maybe the Blake's House guys aren't so bad. So why not let bygones be bygones and put on a combined show tonight? An 8-man battle royale to determine who fights Maglo in the Maglo Open Challenge. When one of my wrestlers emerges victorious, they shall put on a great display with Maglo for you all to enjoy.
Alright, so... shit. So, John, I'm going to need you to come in here into the commentator's booth as we've got ourselves a match. Shit, I need to stream. Let's see. There we go.
Alright.
So,
got a lot of stuff going on here.
It is absolute pandemonium, and as... I couldn't let you bring all 8 of your own guys, into my own Battle Royal to determine the opponent for the Maglo Open Challenge, so had to give Terrell another shot in the Battle Royal. But he has...
Looks like in this chaos, I see Jackal fighting people off.
Yeah, it is
Not giving an inch.
absolute pandemonium. It's... I don't know what to call here. Also, chat, let me know what GK's levels are, because I'm pretty sure I sound checked this, but if he's coming in low, let me know. I can raise his volume right now. Appreciate it. Alright, go ahead.
Alright, so seems like your boy's got a hold of the gatekeeper, and the gatekeeper's just not paying any damn attention to him. Oh no, your boy knocked out A-Man. But, oh, it seemed like it wasn't over the rope, so worked his way back in pretty quick.
Alright, that is unfortunately as low as I can make it. Fuck, let me... actually, I've got an answer to this. Let's see, volume mixer... Okay, yeah, Discord is just low. Try speaking now.
Alright.
Okay, that's real loud in my ear, so if y'all can't hear it, that's gonna be... All right. Well, they're saying it's better, so I think we can now call this wrestling match. I'll have to talk to the techs in the back and see
about potentially lowering their pay grade after the technical issues.
Right, but we still have a lot of wrestling match ahead of us. So why don't you give me some?
I don't think we've lost anyone yet, have we?
No, it's still anybody's match. So maybe give me a little bit of a backstory about the gentleman in the ring here. I know you are the big boss of Judgment Pro Wrestling, so you represent each one of these guys. So
all right,
who's the favorite going into this contest?
I want to say the favorite would be the Gatekeeper, just simply because that man loves tossing people around, and you never know when he's just going to throw someone right out the ring. He's a huge powerhouse, and it doesn't take him much to toss somebody out. Now, a close second would be A-Man over there. He seems to be getting worked by two of them, and hard to tell if he got tossed over the top there. Nope.
It looks like somebody's been busted open here.
Yeah, that would likely be due to Robert Walsh, one of the dirtiest faces in the business. But let's just say he took some lessons from Foley, and he knows how to deal out that punishment.
All right, let's see if he can take the punishment as well as Mick Foley. Mick Foley notorious for being immune to pain. Let's see if Robert has that same school of thought. Oh, I see Joey getting a foreign object here.
Oh, got that piece of that table.
Alexa discard it and just punish the Gatekeeper with his fists and locks on that sharpshooter.
Ooh.
But Gatekeeper...
Nice double axe handle from A-Man to Jackal.
Yeah, the only clear part of the ring. That picture is a lot more clear.
Oh, I think we just seen some... Oh, no, but it's not over the top. Okay. Everybody's still in this match.
Yeah, and the fans in the arena certainly excited to see Terrell in more Battle Royal action. Big fan favorite in Blake's house.
Oh, A-Man and Joey locking it. Then JJ just comes in.
Ooh. Terrell with a big lariat on Jackal. Let's see. But really no further from that.
Terrell, while Blake's house favorite, seems very distracted with everything going on in the ring, because he could have done something to Jackal there.
It's certainly understandable with just the sheer amount of wrestlers and bodies just surrounding you at all times. It's very difficult to keep track of who you should be paying attention to.
Everyone who's been tossed out the ring thus far has only been tossed under the rope, it seems. So... Oh, the Gatekeeper landing his entry denial bomb on A-Man. Too much going on in the ring for the ref to catch everything.
Yeah, but Joey just delivering kick after kick to anybody in his vicinity.
Throwing that deja vu around, and everyone's experiencing some of it at this point.
Yeah, this match is absolute chaos. We'll certainly get a much more clear picture once one or two men have been eliminated, but until that happens, it is anybody's fight. Oh, I think that's Joey eliminated. Oh, no. No, only through the second rope.
And the Gatekeeper following him. Not wanting anything to do with him.
Well, you know what? You can't be pinned or submitted on the outside. That's probably good strategy from both of these men.
Robert Walsh taking a big risk there, climbing to the top rope, though.
Oh, certainly. And JJ flexing those metal arms right in Terrell's face. JJ, of course, well known in Blake's house as a former tag team champion. Oh, breaking up that cover attempt. maybe some questionable strategy there, as this is elimination rules. But elects to deliver some punishment of his own.
AJ hitting the backstop. Going for his own pin, but the ref's distracted on a... Ooh, and only a 1 count because of that.
Yeah, there's just too much for one referee to follow.
Oh, another bit of deja vu.
Ooh, beautiful drop kick square in the chest to Terrell.
I mean, we've got a piece of a table in the ring. We got a chair in the ring.
Yeah, I just saw moments ago Jackal hitting that neutralizer, but just because of the sheer amount of bodies around him, unable to capitalize any further. And there's A-Man just powering his way out of some tandem offense.
Oh, Gatekeeper assisting a fellow heel.
And Terrell hitting with the burning hammer, but Joey, excellent bit of strategy, rolls out of the ring so Terrell cannot get a cover.
Oop. A-Man going for that choke slam on Terrell.
And Terrell, the first man out.
Looks like the Judgment Pro guys knew what their actual target was. Now it's anyone's game. Any of them can get in that Magload Open Challenge. Ooh, Newton's Law.
And Jackal with a 3-count fall on A-Man. That certainly had to be an upset.
He stole it right after John Newton landed his finisher. That Newton's Law just took it, and after he threw him out of the way, he wanted all that glory for himself.
Ooh, big sweep from Jackal. 1, 2. Only gets 2.
Oh, and Robert biting the face of John Newton. Looks like Newton's bleeding.
Man, Jackal really aggressive with these covers. He certainly has his eyes on the prize here. But awareness may not be enough when confronted with the power of the Gatekeeper.
Oh.
That was Jackal submitting to the Mandible Claw.
Those lessons from Foley paying off for Robert. JJ putting them fists to work though.
And I see Joey going for that big handspring elbow, and he hits it.
It's amazing that he's able to hit that amidst all this chaos.
Yeah. We are suddenly down to 4, and this match is a lot more coherent. It looks like Joey is once again going for that big handspring elbow. And he's able to hit it dead center in the ring. Moonsault fall, but JJ shutting him down.
Trying to figure out where JJ's priorities lay, because seemed pretty exhausted, but I think he was just looking to eliminate Joey because of how big of a threat he is.
I mean, possibly good strategy on his part. Joey is out of the match.
It seemed like all of the lesser-known people at JPW attacked the main eventers because they knew how much of a threat they were. And now it's just down to JJ, John Newton, and Robert Walsh.
And once again, this is to get into tonight's main event. So the stakes are very real here. Big right cross from JJ. Those metal arms of JJ Mondo just going to work.
Oh, and now it's between JJ and Robert. We all know about JJ and his Def Jam experience.
Oh, missing with that diving elbow. That could cost him a lot, as Robert does hit the diving elbow. And locks on a mandible claw. That's it! That's it!
Mick Foley's apprentice. Making it into the main event.
Yeah, Robert going to be in tonight's main event. I believe our audio levels are squared away. When I'm going to bring you back into the booth so you can help me call Robert versus Maglo in the Maglo Open Challenge tonight. In the meantime, I'm going to let you go backstage and congratulate your man for getting into tonight's main event.
Oh yeah, and you know, you'll see me again.
Oh, I'm sure. Let's see. So, let me see here. So that is going to be the main event tonight. Robert Walsh versus Maglo in the Maglo Open Challenge. Give me just a moment. I can start setting up our next match. Let's see. Let me see here. Before I do that, a little bit of clerical work, just to make sure I'm good here. So, let me see here. Rapa Nui, this game can be played with controller or keyboard. However, for my streams and a lot of people that play this, it's almost always AI versus AI, and the reason for that is the AI is extremely customizable. Okay, yeah, I typically play this on controller when I'm physically playing the matches out. I know it's possible to play on keyboard, but it's just more convenient for me to play on controller. So, I mentioned earlier tonight that we had a trios title match. Yeah, I use Xbox 360. Actually, I don't like that. Let me do... So let me cut back to the action here. So we have Rapa Nui, the point of view of the camera, if you are playing on PC, the camera can be modded. Despite looking like, I mean, these are sprite-based graphics, but they're sprites over 3D models. So if you point the camera at the ring from any angle, you will still have a good picture. And yeah, there are mods for like non-isometric cameras if that is your big gripe with the game. So, let's see here. I know we have a lot of elimination style tag tonight, but I feel like the trios title should be elimination tag. And I mentioned earlier You know what? Let me see what I've got in 90s WWF if I have. Okay, no, I do not have. I know for sure I have a Rikishi. All right, that's weird. I thought I did. You know what? You're right. I will break out the good. Oh, we're already in the good ring. So we're in the good ring. The KOF TV title is on the line, and what TV title means is this championship will be defended every week. So who are going to be challenging for the TV title? I can put X-Pac in this match. Oh, I kept asking. That's entirely plausible, because I can't... Oh, yeah, Rikishi is literally the first guy. Okay, so I do have a Rikishi, but I do not have any of the other members of Too Cool. Okay, that's NWO, X-Pac. Alright, so we've got X-Pac. We just want to go, like, all the X guys. Just have D-Generation X versus Team K-Dash. Alright, so, TV title on the line. I'm not going to put, I don't think I have a Norman Smiley. I definitely said this to anytime I stream. Like, if there's guys that you think I need on my save, because I'm going to be streaming this every Sunday, don't post them here. Like, whisper them to me in chat, so that way I can pull that up much more conveniently. And then I can, like, if you've got suggestions for characters that I don't have, so that way I can download them before next week's show. GK, I am going to have this be just a straight-up 3-on-3 because it's elimination tag. I do have Super Dragon. I do for sure have Super Dragon. So, like, there is already going to be interference from the apron when people are eliminated. And Michaels would just kind of exacerbate that further. So, I'm just going to run this as is, a straight-up 3-on-3. Alright. You know what? I can put Super Dragon in a match tonight if he is one of your favorite wrestlers. Actually, you know what? There is a match later on tonight. So we did a 2-on-2 exploding death match, and the match ended about 3 seconds before the ring exploded. I will lock in right now. One of the people in that match will be Super Dragon.
Are you ready?
You know what? You're right. You have not been on TV in a while. I can put you in that match also. So, a lot of elimination tag matches tonight. Just the nature of being in, like... Let's see. Oh, appreciate that, Fire Pro World fan. That was contributed by Lado Copy in the chat. And, so Team K-Dash, who did win on last week's show, certainly have their work cut out for them. D-Generation X, one of the most prolific tag teams, or one of the most prolific stables in professional wrestling. And that is the power of the ninth wonder of the world, Chyna. Able to lift and drop the Canadian Cyborg at will. There's Triple H, a man that has not seen a corner that he didn't want to cut. Attempting to choke out Maxima, as Maxima is able to get to his corner and bring K-Dash into this match. Triple H a little bit distracted, and K-Dash is able to get a shot onto his back because of it. K-Dash coming out on top in that strike exchange, but Triple H refusing to allow K-Dash any more offense. Triple H hits a big neck breaker. And once again, Triple H saying it's my time with that big low blow to K-Dash. Triple H now delivering the mounted punches, powered out immediately by K-Dash. K-Dash electing to bring Maxima back in. If it is a contest of power, Maxima is certainly the biggest threat in this match. Ooh, Triple H with the game's patented sleeper. It seems that Triple H is targeting the neck of Maxima, which possibly good strategy when all three of these competitors finishing holds delivers a blow to the head with additional damage to Maxima's neck. He's not going to be able to really protect his own head as he gets dropped on his face. So, ooh, big boy senton from Maxima. Oh, just a hard shot finds its mark square in the face of Chyna. This time, Maxima able to block that suplex. And really needs to find something here to shift momentum, because it's been all Chyna. And just as I say that, Maxima shoots Chyna to the ropes, and another picture-perfect punch square in the face. Maxima dropped directly onto Courage the Cowardly Dog, as Chyna is able to get to her own corner and tag the game back into this match. Big fall-away slam from Maxima. And a bigger big boy senton. And that's going to allow him to get to his own corner and bring Kula into this match. Kula, of course, we saw a couple weeks ago competing against Maglo in the Maglo Open Challenge, putting on possibly one of the best matches to date on our show. But don't want to look too far to the past when we are in the present, and Team K-Dash has to fight their way through the entirety of D-Generation X. Or at least the entirety of this iteration of D-Generation X, to capture the Trios title. Lado copy, there is not a way to change crowd signs without modding, unfortunately. At least not as far as I'm aware. Ooh, big knockout blow square to Chyna, and then K-Dash locking in that armbar. Big trouble in paradise from K-Dash, but Chyna immediately to her feet. That's why they call her the ninth wonder of the world. And the game, once again, fighting dirty, but fighting dirty not enough when you're against a striker like K-Dash. And big boot to the back of the head. Just crushing Triple H. Goes for the cover. 1, 2, 2.9. And Triple H getting the best out of that strike exchange as he is to his feet first. But K-Dash able to power out, and that little jab to the stomach able to get him back into his own corner. As Maxima hits that huge backdrop, but unable to get anything else, as Triple H is the one that is fighting his way back to his feet. I thought for a moment that X-Pac was going to go for his patented Bronco Buster, but elects to just deliver some stomps in the corner. 1, 2. Into a Death Valley driver. And goes for the cover. 1, 2. 2.9. Maxima with the double chop. This is all dangerously close to the DX corner. So anything... Oh, excellent strategy by Maxima, getting the fight away from the DX corner. As he delivers hanging punches right into the jaw. But the speed advantage from X-Pac, able to get himself back into his own corner and tag the Ninth Wonder back into this contest. Maxima has been in this match for quite a while. Ooh, hitting Chyna with the kitchen sink there. Like, I respect the heart of Maxima as a competitor, but there comes a point where you need to let your team do some of the work or risk being worn down. You know, Alex Ice making an excellent point. He is battling as if he is a machine here. A steam-powered cyborg, if you will. But, a steam machine very well may run out of gas. Triple H not done with Maxima, bringing him back into the ring. But at a great cost to himself, as Kula just does a lot of flippy shit. Just punishing Triple H for the mistake of disregarding her as an opponent. See, we here at Blake's House Pro Wrestling are big fans of the flippy shit, to be clear. But, Triple H clearly not a fan. And here's Triple H, the cerebral assassin, bringing the fight back to his own corner. And we are 20 minutes into this match and have not seen a single elimination. Just as I say that, K-Dash locks on the armbar, but Triple H refusing to submit. K-Dash. Big boot to the back of the head. 1, 2, 3 count fall. Triple H has been eliminated. And just some torturous neck hold by K-Dash here. But X-Pac able to use his superior agility. Ooh, X-Pac hitting with the X-Factor, but it's right in the K-Dash corner. 1, 2, 2.9. X-Pac with another X-Factor. Not to be confused with the Uncle Kracker song of the same name. And the second X Factor marks the spot as K-Dash has been eliminated. Super kick answered back with an Enziguri throwback, but big swinging neckbreaker from X-Pac. K-Dash is to his feet. As is Triple H. And Kula bringing the steam-powered cyborg back into the match. X-Pac with another X Factor. 1, 2, 2.9. Ooh, big elbow drop from the Ninth Wonder. But Maxima to his feet first. And walking this fight away from the DX corner. And Chyna just battling her way back to her own corner. But both competitors down. Maxima to his feet first. But Chyna grinding Maxima down here. This could be Maxima going for his signature hold. No, just a powerbomb whip. But even then, that is not something to be taken lightly. The power of Maxima is tremendous. And once again, Maxima just controlling X-Pac, bringing him back to his own corner. Excellent bit of strategy. Tags Kula in. And just uppercut to the back of X-Pac. Another swinging neck breaker. Bringing Kula back to the center. A big patented spinning heel kick. Something X-Pac is certainly well known for. Surprise roll up. 1, 2, 3 count fall. Kula has been eliminated. Another roll up. 1, 2, 3. Oh my god. X-Pac shocking Team K-Dash. I believe he is responsible for all 3 eliminations of Team K-Dash. Yes, the 1, 2, 3 kid shocking the world, getting a 3 count fall on Kula and Maxima in quick succession. And the KOF TV title, the first KOF TV champion, goes to D-Generation X. So, just to get a little bit of a picture of where we are on the card here, we do have one more match in the tag team tournament, the finals, to determine the number 1 contender for Sterling and Warzala's titles. We have C and D block of the Shoot League, which those are typically fairly short matches. We do have an exploding death match with 2 competitors already revealed, being Super Dragon and Lado Copy, the sponsor that has contributed the ring mats and ring skirts for tonight's show. Additionally, we have the Maglo Open Challenge. Maglo, we now know who his opponent is tonight. That is going to be Robert Walsh, who won the Battle Royal. And immediately before that match, we have the runback of the runback. Shane McMahon versus Hsien-Jo, 2 out of 3 falls match. But before we get into any of that, let's jump right back into the Shoot League. No, I never changed your alternate pants, so you are going to be wearing your Rays jersey with your Sami Zayn pants. There's a lot of stuff I need to get to with respect to this. So, is there a match that you guys want to see in C Block? Because I do want to see Sanae versus Kota Ibushi. Just so that way we can get some more, just get a better picture of what C Block looks like. But if there is a match that you guys in the chat want to see, I am more than willing to put that on. Alright, let's see. Ladder copy going Sanae and Ibushi. So I am all for that. That's the match I wanted to see anyway, so... Of course, we have the captain of the karate club versus the just complete disaster of a person. Disaster in a good way, of course. That is Kota Ibushi. This will not be Sanae's first foray into a mixed martial arts contest, as she was in the same G-Girl tournaments that Natsuo was in earlier. Yeah, Ibushi is still in New Japan Pro Wrestling, Rapa Nui. I definitely remember reading that, like, he basically says he doesn't want to leave. Like, he would take a lifetime deal if they offered it. I think he just hates traveling, to be honest. Like, anytime he has ever wrestled in the United States, he has gotten lost at an airport. And just doesn't like being out of Japan. And he is currently looking lost in the Octagon. And just as I say that, he hits a picture-perfect Pele kick. Hey, Rapa Nui, like, that's just the way it is. Like, you gotta lose on the way out, brother. Kota's character almost certainly was in a relationship with Kenny's character. Like, for shoot, I doubt it. It's possible that they were at some point. Ooh, Sanae with that double leg, but reversed by Ibushi. And reversed again by Sanae. Sanae, of course, showing off her MMA abilities in a match with Nikita last week. Like, has spectacular defense from those mount positions. Big Frankensteiner from Ibushi. Man, the captain of the karate club just punishing Ibushi with these kicks. Ibushi finally getting that headlock, getting a moment to breathe. And Sanae trying to kick Ibushi's leg out from under his leg. That kick not finding the mark. But Ibushi's kick does find the mark right in the side of the head. This is strong style. Alright, we are in the final round. This could go either way, but has huge implications for what the C block is going to look like. It looked like Ibushi was trying to set up the Kamigoye. Maybe a bit too much theatrics for the mixed martial arts setting, and that is what cost him, as he was unable to hit the Kamigoye. I don't follow ROH super close. Like, I think it was supposed to be something, but then I guess they dropped it. So couldn't tell you. So yeah, there was like a worked shoot angle at the ROH New Japan cross promotion event, where like it was a match between like ROH and New Japan guys, and Enzo and Cass jumped the barricade. Oh no, they're a fucking, like, they're a tag team now. Yeah, oh, that... Yeah, it was a whole fucking mess. So, like, my understanding is they didn't tell the New Japan guys they were gonna do that. So, like, the New Japan guys were totally fucking lost when Enzo and Cass jumped the barricade. And it was just a whole fucking mess. Alright, so things have certainly got interesting in C Block, as Sanae is the only competitor, aside from Alpazar, able to get a win thus far. The story of this event, or the story of C Block, might be karate versus taekwondo. But that story will have to wait, as we are going back to the tag team tournament to determine the number one contender of Warzala and Sterling's title. Actually, let's see. Definitely remember seeing that somebody wanted to see a Dan Severn match, and these shoot fights go fast enough. I can put on Severn versus Bradshaw real quick. So calling a little bit of an audible here. Like, we got sort of a late start. But these matches are light enough to where I can run a couple of them and not be too worried about it. So Bradshaw, of course, well known in the WWE. Honestly, I would be okay with somebody fought Jim Cornette. Like, I am not a big fan of Cornette as a person that talks about wrestling. Like, his ideas about the business are about 30 years too old. Yeah, Bradshaw, certainly a bully in the locker room. Let's see if he can bully Dan Severn, a legend in the mixed martial arts world. Yeah, Rafanui, I'd say that's a fair assessment of Cornette. Like, he definitely understands the business really well, but, like, if things don't fit in exactly the way that he believes the business should be, he shits on it. And I think that's a really poor attitude to have in a business that has and does evolve. So, like, with respect to disliking Bradshaw or Cornette more, I think I would dislike Bradshaw more, because Cornette just has shitty opinions. Bradshaw is actually just a shitty guy. And right now, Bradshaw is being choked out by Dan Severn. But Bradshaw not allowing Severn to really get a whole lot out of these mounted positions. And these repeated kicks to the top of the head. Bradshaw finally able to escape. And once again, Severn unable to get anything off of that back position. But does get that big suplex into a Kimura. Bradshaw hanging on. Severn possibly saved by the bell. Bradshaw unable to get anything off of that slam. Yeah, no, you certainly do not see too many pump handle slams at MMA, but you know what? Bradshaw fought in the original Brawl for All, so if there's somebody I trust in an MMA setting, it might be Bradshaw. You know, Lotto Coffee, you bring up a good point. Jack Gallagher probably... Well, there's a lot of guys that should be in the Shoot League, because the entirety of the Def Jam Fight for New York cast did not make an appearance in the Shoot League. And I know guys like Joey Crack, Busta Rhymes, Johnny Blaze, D-Mob and Crow are all going to want a chance at fighting in the Octagon. So this tournament is to crown the inaugural champion. All those guys will get opportunities to challenge for that title. So certainly Gentleman Jack Gallagher will have opportunities, as will guys like Magic and Joey Crack. Look, it is a shoot dodecahedron, but it's a work octagon. Brother. Alright, so maybe a little bit more clear picture of what's going on in C Block at this point. As Severn and Bradshaw are all but mathematically out of this tournament. As once again, all Alpazar needs to do is tie in one of these two matches. Sanae is certainly the surprise threat in this tournament, or in this block. Ibushi, Severn, and Bradshaw all have a long way to go. So we're going to be jumping to D block a little bit later, but right now let's go to the finals of the tag team tournament to crown a #1 contender. So I would say that Nick and Tyler are at a disadvantage here. So all three of these matches, all happening on the... All right, I'll call an audible and run that match after this match. Actually, this match is probably going to run pretty long. Like if you want to bail out and just catch the VOD, no worries. But as I was saying, Tyler and Nick probably at a disadvantage. So all three of the matches in this tag team tournament happening in the same night. David and Matt won their match without having a member of their team eliminated, which would suggest that their team is a little bit fresher coming into this contest. But I could be entirely wrong. That's why we play it out. Certainly two entirely different schools of professional wrestling. From the Nick and Tyler team against the David and Matt team. Like, Nick known for his European style of offense. certainly studied tape of Cesaro and other technical masters. And Tyler definitely studying under the learning tree of Shawn Michaels. Whereas David and Matt are coming from a completely unorthodox angle. I mean, I'm sure as you saw in the previous match, David hitting with the foreign objects, pulling a sickle seemingly out of nowhere several times in that match, as well as Matt getting a submission with the dick hold. S. Blake, David is back. He is back and is one match away from a #1 contender spot. Matt getting that double leg and locking on the Kimura, but immediately in front of Nick, maybe a poor bit of strategy. But Matt hitting that gut-wrench suplex. For all of Matt's comedy wrestling ability, it should not be understated that he is an amateur wrestler. He does have high school wrestling experience. So those suplexes and pinning combinations are going to be threatening. And this time from mount position, not electing to go for his professional wrestling or his amateur wrestling skill set, and just delivers mounted punches to Tyler. Seems to be the commentator's curse. Whenever I bring up Matt's amateur wrestling ability, he does the least amateur wrestling offense that he can possibly think of at that particular moment. It's like I'm in his ear over the course of this match. And speaking of not amateur wrestling, David and Tyler in a bit of a hockey fight in the David corner. And David coming out on top. And David just swinging for the fences. Just throwing hands and feet on anyone that can get in his way. And a surprise roll-up. This was... needed just a moment to breathe there, as a lot of things have been happening over the last several seconds. And David again hitting with the package pile driver. Stacks him up, goes for the cover. 1, 2. Only gets 2 as Tyler is able to make the save, and Tyler hits that dragon screw leg whip. Nick hits the Kamigoye on David. Nick going with those signature European uppercuts. Dropkick finds his mark, but David retaliating with that Enziguri throwback. And David and Nick this time, hockey fight square in the center of the ring. And David coming out on top once again. Another Kamigoye from Nick. And locks on another submission hold, but Nick is not the legal competitor. Even if Matt were to tap out, that would not count. Big back body drop from Tyler. Tyler's fired up here. Just as I say that, it's Matt that finds his place here. Big falling fist finds its mark square in the face of Tyler. Tyler seems to be able to get to his corner, yet neither David nor Matt able to cut him off, and the two of them hit a double drop kick on David. I believe that was Nick with sliced bread number 2, the greatest thing since sliced bread. And Tyler electing to pull out a foreign object of his own. I think he's had enough of David. Super kick! Big rolling chop from Nick. Very nearly forgot that Nick was the legal man in this contest, not Tyler. Big reverse DDT from Nick, but David, maybe a little bit more in the tank, gets to his feet first, drops an enziguri right in the side of the head of Nick, and David will retreat back to his own corner. Nick will do the same. And Nick and Tyler with another double drop kick. As David is shot into the corner, and it's 2-on-1 against Matt, but Matt had locked on a sleeper hold. Tyler with that Sobot kick, shutting it down, but here is Matt with his signature dick hold, taking Tyler out of this match. One, two, three, count fall. Matt and David are your new #1 contenders. Yeah, Matt with the vice grip. That is not right. Oh, that's fucking cool. I might have to fucking deal with that off stream. Because I think the two of them are now holding a belt that one person can hold and not in that match type. Yeah, that should not have been for a title. Huh. Because the league was set... Oops, that's not what I wanted. Yeah, let me check this really quick before I get... So David is currently the champion. That's neat. I'm actually somewhat curious how this works now. Is this still for that belt? Yeah, it's still for that belt, so... Alright, we'll see what happens. I guess worst case scenario, David is now also the #1 contender for the shooter title. For reasons. Oops, I did not want normal match. As we have an exploding death match. Wait a minute. Yeah, there we go. Alright, so who are these guys fighting? So we have James, Holloway, and Super Dragon. So, who are these guys fighting? I guess we could sort of resume the Zero Lopez story. As the two of you did have a brutal landmine deathmatch. But who's Zero's partner going to be? Jake, do I even have a Jack Gallagher? I don't think I do. Yeah, I do not have a Jack Gallagher. Mysterio? Alright, let's see. All right, I'm cool with this. And you know what? We are, of course, going to the Blake's house ring. All right, we've got a lot of continuity in this match. Of course, Zero and James Holloway have a bit of bad blood that I had thought they had previously settled, but that's clearly not the case, as the two of them are battling it out in this even more dangerous than their previous match, deathmatch. Additionally, on previous broadcasts of this very show, we have had an exploding deathmatch that went to a fairly unsatisfying conclusion, as the match was decided before the ring had an opportunity to explode. Hopefully that will not be the case here, and Rey Mysterio, the first competitor, shot into these electrified barbed wire, as Mysterio and Super Dragon battle it out on the left side of the match, while Zero and Holloway continue their very literal blood feud off in their own corner. And this time it is Super Dragon shot into the electrified barbed wire. Yeah, the fucked up thing, James, is the matches don't get more gross. So, like, basically the only way to go from here is either you are in the octagon, or, like, you are in a regular-ass match. And it looks like both teams switching dance partners a bit. Oh, Mysterio powering out of that tombstone and hitting a tombstone of his own on Holloway, as Super Dragon and Zero battle it out near the bottom of the ring. Ooh, dropkick square in the face of Holloway. And it is Holloway now shot in the electrified barbed wire. I think Zero was the only one with a clean sheet at this point. Although it does not appear that Super Dragon has been bloodied, although it's difficult to tell with the mask and his gear. He has definitely taken a shot into that electrified barbed wire already. You know, somebody else we haven't seen in a while from the Blake's House group is Colby. Which I feel like is a travesty, because Colby is very important to this company. And Zero has definitely been bloodied at some point in this match, so it looks like everybody has caught the electrified barbed wire. And now we are just waiting for the other shoe to drop. Of course, no one in this match wants that shoe to drop. They would like to end this match before the ring has a chance to go up. I know the people in the stands are certainly not looking for that outcome. Colby is in Japan, and for that very reason, he should probably be fighting against some New Japan guys. Maybe we'll have an opportunity to put that on next week's show. Man, Zero with fantastic ring awareness, not allowing himself to be shot into that electrified barbed wire. And that was some excellent teamwork from Holloway, which the favor was returned as Super Dragon gets Zero off of him. Big roll up, and Super Dragon immediately breaks it up. Super Dragon is exactly the kind of partner that Holloway needed in the tag team in either of the tag team tournaments, as Super Dragon has been protecting his partner, and the two of them are just functioning much better as a team than Holloway and Zero, or Holloway and Tony Jaa for that matter. And we are at the 10-minute mark. Of course, I don't need to explain to you guys at home, when the match hits 15 minutes, the ring will explode. Super Dragon attempting to end the match before that has an opportunity to happen. And Holloway attempting to get Mysterio disqualified in this no disqualification match. Super Dragon looked like he's going for some kind of pump handle slam. Zero responding back with some freaky magic of his own. And shoots Super Dragon into the ropes. And Mysterio once again denying the Blake's House fans the explosion part of the exploding death match. Yeah, I like how they were still fighting, and also how the timekeeper just kept ringing the bell to make them stop fight. So James, it looks like you and Zero are at 1-1. And we will have to decide, much like Jamel and Shane McMahon. Well, here's the thing, is like, you were not supposed to be a hardcore fighter. And it is just entirely coincidental that you have been in several hardcore matches. It's like, you're supposed to be in like regular ass matches, but then this angle happened. But you two are at 1-1. You two have a little bit more beef to settle. We will get to that next week as well. So it looks like we're planting the seeds for a lot of interesting things to happen next week. We have Colby against a mystery opponent. We're going to have possibly, certainly no guarantees the way this feud has been going, the resolution between James Holloway and Zero Lopez. And we have the tag team tournament, or the winners of tonight's tag team tournament, going up against our tag team champions. Before we get into any of that, let's go into D block of the Shoot League. So what is the matchup right now? So like Misawa and Inoki, like, or are we talking like actual deities in Japanese folklore? Because you could sort of go either way. Alright, so we are going to have Natsuo. Let's see. You know what? We could have Natsuo and Ramon, because this is an excuse to get my guys over. And Ramon got absolutely clowned by Jean-Claude Van Damme. I mean, this is very clearly the death bracket. Ramon is a terror that is one of the most resilient competitors I have seen or heard about. Ken Shamrock absolutely dismantled his opponent in 20 seconds. And Jean-Claude Van Damme has not met an opponent he did not knock out. No surrender, no retreat, just brutal roundhouse kicks to the side of the head. But this is once again me living in the past or living in the future, depending on how you want to look at the state of this bracket. Right now, we are in the present where Natsuo Ishido is fighting against the monster himself, Ramon. And she seems to be holding her own quite well. We have seen Natsuo a couple of times on Blake's House television. Just an absolute terror with that buzzsaw kick, decapitating opponents left and right. And anytime that doesn't do the job, she typically follows up with the Anaconda Vice to continue to work the head and neck of her opponents. And here's the buzzsaw kick from Natsuo right there. Unable to get any follow-ups as Ramon powers out. I need to hang out in the group chat more. Like, I reliably forget that exists. So, I can't say I've been following up with Ramon's situation with women. But he has got an opportunity to redeem himself in this matchup. Both against women in general, but also in the Shoot League, where he is currently 0-1. But he will be unable to do so if he continues to receive mounted punches to the back of the head from Natsuo. And there's Natsuo again with more mounted punches. Both parties saved by the bell there. We are going into the final round. And that big sweep, taking Ramon's leg out from under his leg. Oh, I thought that was going to be it. That kick square in the head, finding its mark, but Ramon finding the inner strength to get back to his feet. And it is that inner strength that has just made him such a force in Blake's House Professional Wrestling. But sometimes that's just not enough. And that is repeated kicks to the head, possibly targeting the head of Ramon, just following the lead of Jean-Claude Van Damme. Ramon with a bit of a 2-in-1 there, working the neck of Natsuo. 30 seconds. Ramon just has to survive for 30 seconds, and he gets a draw at worst. Just needs to hang on for 3 more seconds. He couldn't do it. He was 1 second away from being saved by the bell. And Natsuo knocking Ramon out with mounted punches. Oh my god. Oh. Ramon on a bit of a losing streak, both in the brackets and with women in general. Unfortunate for Ramon. Ramon is functionally out of this bracket. As Shamrock and Van Damme at this point are the obvious favorites moving forward. But I am going to go ahead and save the progress here. We are moving on. to the rubber match. Shane McMahon, Hsien-Jo, 2 out of 3 falls. If you recall, 2 weeks ago, Shane McMahon bested Hsien-Jo in singles competition with a surprise roll-up, the most over finish in professional wrestling. I'll check Discord real quick. That's weird. Let's see. Oop. So, Hsien-Jo being beaten by Shane McMahon with a surprise roll-up 2 weeks ago. Hsien-Jo challenging Shane McMahon to a steel cage match. Just to prove to himself and to Shane McMahon that he would not be defeated by somebody's dad. And now we are moving on to the third contest in this series. Let's see. Yeah, I believe we are all ready to get this started. Let's jump straight into the match, ladies and gentlemen. All right, Hsien-Jo immediately shooting McMahon into the ropes, possibly going for the Space Jam early on into the match. And I don't need to elaborate on the stakes of this contest. Like, this is... I am extremely able to do a theme song. Currently, the only person on my save that has custom music is Orlando Nunez, because he has his own theme song in real life. But at some point, I need to actually edit everybody's custom music in. But I'll... the rule with my stream, if you send me something, I'll try to make use of it. So figure out what Space Jam remix you want. Or if you just want the vanilla Space Jam theme, that's also an option. But this match is for the pride of Hsien-Jo that was wounded 2 weeks ago in singles competition against Shane McMahon. But Jamel, certainly someone that has never been willing to accept a loss, challenged Shane McMahon in a steel cage match. He won that match fairly decisively. It is now Shane McMahon's turn to get the run back, and we are making this 2 out of 3 falls. So, if there will be a decisive winner in this contest. McMahon dumping Jamel onto the floor. And somebody's dad, Shane McMahon, just kind of stretching out a little bit. Actually, misspoke somewhat. Shane McMahon is not somebody's dad. He's 3 people's dad. Ooh, big right cross from Jamel. Ooh, but beaten to the punch by Shane McMahon. Shane McMahon, of course, the best phantom punches in professional wrestling. With punches so fast, even the camera guy can't see him. Ooh, big body splash and just a shote just to possibly assert his dominance over the smaller competitor. Shane McMahon trying to power out. Getting into a battle of power against Hsien-Jo, definitely a mistake when you've got this much of a size disadvantage. Ooh, big lariat. Jamel calling for the end, going for the cover. 1, 2. Only gets 2. Surprise roll. This is what Jamel lost to 2 weeks ago, but only gets 1 out of it. Back elbow from McMahon, and allows Jamel just to fall to his feet. Goes to the top rope. This could be this patented diving elbow. No, doesn't go for it. Does get a headbutt, dropping Jamel right on the logo, and starts delivering some mounted punches of his own. Jamel able to power out both men to their feet at roughly the same time, but Jamel with that belly-to-belly overhead suplex. Jamel now going up top. Big body splash, but Shane McMahon tangle up on the ropes, doesn't get anything out of it. McMahon possibly going for something. No. Just electing to show off here, pose for the crowd a little bit. And it could be that same desire to show off for the crowd working against him, as we saw with Kota Ibushi in the Shoot League earlier tonight. McMahon shot into the ropes. Jamel going for the Space Jam. No. Shane McMahon definitely having Jamel well scouted. Beautiful combination German suplex and backdrop. And that had to take a lot out of McMahon. Ooh, big Superman punch from Shane McMahon, and Shane McMahon delivering additional punches to the top of the head. Looked like Jamel was going for the running elbow drop that he's certainly made famous in this wrestling organization. Big suplex, but McMahon caught up in the ropes, doesn't get anything out of it. Jamel seems out of gas, but Shane McMahon just has even less left in him than that at this point. Emerald Flosion, that has to be it. 1, 2, 2.9. Just when you think you've got all the answers, he starts changing the questions. Shane McMahon refusing to give up. Big low blow from somebody's dad. And there's the phantom punches Shane McMahon's known for, as well as the elbow drop. Here comes the money right into the back of Jamel. And here's some more of those phantom punches Shane McMahon's known for. Does not elect to go for the cover. Instead, just elects to continue to stomp Jamel out. Possibly trying to get more damage in to make the later falls in this matchup more advantageous for him. But that could be a mistake, as Jamel hits that big spine buster. And there's McMahon, another surprise roll-up. 1, 2. Count 2. Jamel not willing to fall for the same trick twice. Big super kick from Shane O'Mac. And Jamel responds by kicking Shane McMahon square in his dick. McMahon has to be just completely out of gas here. Misjudging the distance on that Irish whip. Just the exhaustion has to be setting in. 1, 2, 3 count fall. Jamel takes the first fall. Course. So Jamel taking the first fall with the Steiner screwdriver. course, we are not done yet. This is a 2 out of 3 falls contest. And Jamel trying to end that second fall immediately with a big German suplex, and nearly does in less than 20 seconds. Gets 2.9. Shane McMahon, big shooting star press. Here comes the money once again. Another big dive. Goes for the cover. 1, 2, 2.9. Jamel just punishing McMahon, but 1, 2, 3 count fall. That first fall taking a lot out of both competitors, and Shane McMahon able to quickly turn things around in the second fall. This is the match that decides everything. Both competitors, 1 match apiece, and both competitors 1 fall apiece in this 2 out of 3 falls contest. If there was a time to beware of Shane McMahon's flash pinfalls, it would certainly be now. But at the same time, those big German suplexes from Jamel are nothing to... Jamel calling for the end. What's he got? Emerald Flosion right on the logo, but Shane McMahon to his feet. Elbow drop hold. 1, 2, 3 count fall. Shane did not have enough left in the tank after getting that miracle of a fall. The second fall. Dropped on his head 3 times, and just running elbow drop hold puts Shane McMahon away. Jamel will not be defeated by somebody's dad. So, if you guys are familiar with professional wrestling, Monday Night Raw used to be taped, right? And so when wrestlers would fuck up in a match, like, hey, this is being taped, it's not live, you can kind of just do whatever. They would do this on SmackDown before SmackDown went live. But there was a thing that Scott Hall was especially notorious for. If he fucked up a spot, he would just look at the camera, say take 2, and do the thing again. So right now, me to you guys, take 2. I'm going to run that promo package I attempted to run earlier and have it correctly formatted to the screen. So take 2 while I get Gatekeeper back into the commentary booth, because we have, coming up next, the Maglo Open Challenge. But let me go ahead and run this promo package the way it was meant to be ran. So give me a moment here, and then I'm going to get him back into the booth.
Hello, Blake's House wrestling fans. I am John Boggy III, Esquire, the head of Judgment Pro Wrestling, and I'm here to give you a spectacle like you've never seen before. After last week's upset, I got to thinking, maybe the Blake's House guys aren't so bad. So why not let bygones be bygones and put on a combined show tonight? An 8-man battle royale to determine who fights Maglo in the Maglo Open Challenge. When one of my wrestlers emerges victorious, they shall put on a great display with Maglo for you all to enjoy.
Yeah, actually, they just said, can you not right-click the source and fit the screen?
I mean, probably. I could probably do exactly that. That would assume that I have any idea how to use the software that I own. But yeah, that's probably a thing I can do.
Yeah, probably. At least if the people over at OBS are smart enough to do something like that.
Yeah. Alright, so it is Maglo versus Robert Walsh in the Maglo Open Challenge. And you are live in the booth. Oh, he's very low. Let me see what I can do about that real quick before I actually open up the match. Did it? No, your volume is still cranked on Discord. Let me go. Let me go into the mixer and fuck with that.
Yep.
All right. Let's see. Now you are extremely loud in my ear, so I need to turn down my headphones. All right. So go ahead and talk again.
Alright, how is it now, guys?
Let's see.
Oh.
Let's see. Is he still low, or what's going on, guys? Oh wait. Let me see.
Yep, come on. We need to know.
Let me see. Actually, hold on. All right. Wait. Talk again. I think something was fucked up with that particular scene, and it wasn't capturing the audio. Go again.
All right. Well, let's see. Is it working better now, guys? I mean, guys over here at Blake's house, man, they got some really shoddy audio work right now. Every time I've been on.
All right. Yeah, I just had it in the wrong scene. All right. Cool. So we are going straight into the match here. Let's see. Yeah, Maglo fighting Robert Walsh in the Maglo Open Challenge. Robert Walsh winning a battle royal earlier tonight for the
Causing
right.
a few of the contenders to bleed. Just to remind everybody what we might see in this match. I mean, you can call it what you want. We've still been on top the majority of the time.
You may have been on top, but you got to remember, we're the ones with the TV deal.
You know, doesn't mean you're the better wrestling promotion. Sometimes you just know the right people.
Hey, better lucky than good. But
Oh, you heard it. You heard it from the man who owns the company. His company is lucky instead of good. But back to the match.
right? Let's see, both competitors in lime green tops. Let's see. Oh, I see Schnitzel from Chowder dropping into the chat, possibly trying to watch his own match.
We've got Maglo, you know, kind of doing what we expect as a face of Blake House, but can't count Robert out.
No, absolutely not. He won the Battle Royal for a reason, so I am certainly not going to take him lightly, and I can't imagine Maglo would either. But Maglo is, of course, the current Blake's House champion, so if there is anyone that can handle Robert's offensive output, it's got to be Maglo.
Ooh, Robert getting him out of the ring just so he can take a breather.
Yep, excellent strategy from Robert. Sliding D right across the face of Robert by Maglo.
Robert with some excellent strikes to the head. We know everything about his McFoley-based offense. We're likely seeing some softening for some stuff to come later.
Yep, and there's definitely some excellent in-ring psychology from Robert. And Robert once again throwing Maglo out of the ring.
Robert giving him the taunt. Oh, Maglo a little dazed there, but
See, now both competitors battling it out in a strike exchange. This is going to have huge implications about the outcome of this match. Let's see who gets to their feet first. It is going to be Maglo, but just barely.
well, you know, both are good contenders and both have a lot of gas in their tank.
Yeah, Maglo rolling out of the way of that elbow drop and delivering an elbow of his own to the back of Robert's head. And Maglo just with the fan favorite maneuver, that big airplane spin.
Now, I just want to clarify, is this set to a 2 out of 3?
Oh, it probably is. Like,
because I am seeing a first match here.
Yeah, I definitely did that in error. I can probably just quit out after the first match because this is first fall to the finish. I want to make that extremely clear.
Okay. So there everybody knows.
Yep. Maglo with the Kaniku Buster, and Maglo going up top. Diving elbow drop. 1, 2. Only gets 2.
Robert back to his feet, though.
Yeah, and Robert
delivering the face of Maglo.
Delivering that bite that was so effective in the Battle Royal.
And Maglo is bleeding.
And Robert hitting that stump puller pile driver. Goes for the cover. 1, 2. Only gets 2. Maglo has a lot more left. And hitting the double arm DDT against somebody that studied under Mankind, or at least studied his tape. That's got to be demoralizing. And Robert responding back with the mandible claw.
See if we can get that early tap, but Maglo holding on. A little bit of showboating from Robert, though.
Yeah, that could cost him. It wouldn't be the first time that's happened tonight. But Robert battling his way back to his feet, and Maglo putting him back down on the mat. Maglo again with the muscle buster. Going up top, elbow drop. 1, 2. 2.9. And Robert
able to hold on
and responds back with a choke.
Not having any of that nonsense.
Oh, and there's the clothesline from Bretton Woods, one of Maglo's signature holds. But only gets 2. Robert is definitely fired up. Maglo again with the double arm DDT onto Robert. Goes with a big lariat. Definitely a maneuver he studied under Raiden. Big hip toss, but Robert once again battling back to his feet.
Getting those eye rakes in when he can. Doing anything he can.
Oh, Robert to his feet before Maglo here. Oh, but Maglo hitting the Maglo driver. Right on the Grand Blue logo. 1, 2, 3 count fall.
Kind of curious how this would play out if we went to a 2 out of 3.
All right. You know, I gotta say I am as well, and you know, I think the fans in the stadium would certainly appreciate if this match went on a little bit longer. Like, officially, that will go in the record books as a first fall to the finish in favor of Maglo, but I think we're going to let these two continue to battle it out in the ring.
Agreed.
Well, Robert, you have not failed your hometown yet. The fans at home are certainly giving you another chance at Maglo, which, like, so you've got
that kitchen sink.
Yep, So you have gotten another great opportunity here. Another clothesline from Bretton Woods. Maglo going for the cover. Only gets 2. This could be where Robert turns the Jets back on here, but once again, Maglo hitting that double arm DDT. Big body splash. 1, 2. 2.9. Robert will not be shut down.
Now that's something to say about Robert. He just won't give up. Something we've seen from him in the Battle Royale.
Absolutely. That's why he won the Battle Royal, and that's why he's in the main event tonight. Maglo with a 3-count fall. Winning this 2 out of 3 falls contest. We do still have our dark match to go through. If you want to stay on the call and just kind of hang out here, let me...
Oh yeah, that'll work.
All right. Also, to be clear, like, all right, we are officially off air. None of that went the way it was supposed to go. So run-ins were set to high. Robert's interference never came, and I fucked up, and I forgot to turn off 2 out of 3 falls.
The only thing that I could think that happened was because it was set to 2 out of 3, that they will randomly come in during any one of the falls.
That is a possibility, which, if that's the case, like, it's super fucked up that it happened the way it happened. But, you know, yeah. All right, let's see here. See, anything super exciting about, let's see. Actually kind of like Joey Janela. I already saw Maxima, let's see. I already saw Blake. So I think it's going to be Yoshinobu Kanemaru. Because like we've seen Patrick Christopher on Blake's House TV already. Let's let this one exist in a sort of prove yourself match type situation. But yeah, that's probably my fuck up, not turning off 2 out of 3 falls after the Shane McMahon Jamel match. Because I so rarely use that option that I just forgot it was there. Well, you know what, man? Credit to Robert. Like, the dude was all heart. He was fighting against a champion.
Yeah, I mean, he did make a champ bleed.
Yeah, so certainly no disrespect. It was an excellent match.
And it's like, if we're being real here, for Robert, because he might be there.
Yeah, he's still around.
So
I'm gonna kill your video feed, if that's alright.
Yeah, that's perfectly fine. But yeah, Rob, you know, you would fought in an 8-man battle royale.
Yeah, dude.
And were completely worn down before you even got the Maglo, who didn't have to fight anyone. So in the Maglo Open Challenge in a battle royale format, he's always going to be at a significant advantage.
Mm. That is true. I mean, we could always make it where the winner of the Battle Royal challenges next week. If we wanted to maybe even the odds a little bit, but I do like the idea of, hey, you can just cash in that challenge right away. Like, let's, the audience saw what you got and get a chance to go at it again.
Yeah, I mean, but you see it all the time. It's just people who are tired get knocked out. Sometimes you get people like me who just come in after one and just happen to knock out the guy and take the titles, you know?
I mean, like I said it earlier tonight, that is why we play it out. Anything can happen inside the squared circle. And, you know, you win some and you lose some of them. I mean, Maglo got to his place at the top of the mountain, winning an absolutely grueling tournament in Africa. Had to remember the lore from the WWF Intercontinental title for a minute there. The funny thing about that tournament in real life is it never happened. They just said it did on TV. But,
I can believe that.
yeah. You gotta say, too, like, 2 out of 3 falls and steel cage match are pretty underwhelming match types in this game. Just because of the, like, the way they work.
Yeah, because of, well, at least in the 2 out of 3 falls, you have the carryover from the previous match, so they pretty much just try to finish it immediately.
Yeah. A cage match has a similar problem in that, basically, as soon as, like, they will never attempt to climb unless they know they can get over the top, and they will climb as soon as they know they can. So, like, there's no suspense. But
I wonder if you can play with that by lowering the CPU logic.
that I don't know. Have to mess around with it, like, off stream and
Because,
just.
like, maybe if you, like, and I mean the general logic, you know, in the match settings. Like,
Yeah.
Maybe if you lower it, they'll be more likely to try to climb when they shouldn't.
Right. Because, like, I think that is part of what makes a escape the cage match interesting, is you don't know if somebody can get out and then they get shaken off the cage. Although there's other ways to play around with that, because you could just make it pinfall, submit, or escape the cage, and then, like, now there are other ways to win, and you can build suspense that way.
True.
Which is maybe how I'm going to have to do my... Ooh, wow. Big backflip double stomp there. Maybe how I'm going to have to do my cage matches moving forward, just to make that, like, a worthwhile match type. Although I do gotta say, the Hsien-Jo Shane McMahon 2 out of 3 falls was pretty good. As, like, Shane McMahon just stole that second fall, and Jamel was mad in real life.
Yeah. That's why I'm like, you know, if he's gonna call it fixed, I'm okay with that. 'Cause he ended up winning the damn thing.
Right.
Sometimes it's funny when you gotta eat your words.
Right. So I am very concerned about what's going to happen at the end of Shoot League, which is supposed to be for the vacant shooter title, but then the tournament, like the tag team tournament, fucked up the settings. So I'm actually not sure who's going to hold that belt at the end of this league.
I mean, what you could do is just set it up so that whoever you want to, like, if it ends up being, you know, a grand finals between like two people, just give it to one of them and then
yeah, I think
have
like
it happen there.
Officially, like within the context of the story. So whoever wins that, whether the game recognizes they're the champion or not, or if it's still on David, like they are the champion, and then David is the #1 contender, so they can just immediately match up and unify the title.
Yep.
I think is the smart way to handle that within the fiction of the universe. But I'm about to go off air. We can chat for a minute after the fact, but hey, everybody that tuned in, I see a handful of new people here. I appreciate you guys coming in and watching. We do this every Sunday night. Next Sunday might be dodgy because it's Mother's Day and I might be doing a dinner thing, but we'll play that by ear, and I'll definitely have alerts on Twitter and just let you guys know what's going on with the stream. But for everybody that is a regular here, appreciate you guys coming back. There will be a lot more professional wrestling coming up. Like, already got a couple seeds planted for next week's show that you've got to look forward to. So whether the next show is next Sunday or the following Sunday, I will see you guys. Catch you all down the road. Let's see.